I would not ever want to date and it be a game. Personally, I would not want to date and it be a game. Why? Because then the relationship is a game. The entire relationship is a game. If someone can't be transparent with me right now and we're only friends, we're only getting to know each other. If you can't tell me the truth now, you may just never tell me the truth. I'm your owner and I can be the only one that you see and you can't see anyone else and you got to do everything that I say and oh yeah, and you're mine. It's so beautiful out here. Gotta get that last drip, or it's not worth the $5. So I thought I'd do this video at the beach because, you know, y'all know that I take y'all with me wherever I can. And what more quiet place than the beach to do this video? I really felt that it was important to do a video on this topic because lifestyle is one of the topics that I touch, but also growing up in my culture, you know, I'm biracial, I'm mixed race, and just being someone who has a lot of Hispanic and Caribbean background, of course, Americanized. You know, I was exposed to many different cultures during my upbringing. So one thing that dawned on me that's very important is representation. And in the Black and Latinx community, we don't have very healthy representations of couples. You know, it's not something that you always see commonly, you know. And I'm talking about TV shows, I'm talking about movies. Like Martin with Gina, that's something big, you know, like that was something that touched the hearts of many. But then when they cut that out, it's like, yes, there was some hit and misses. It's getting real loud over here while I'm making a great point. But let's talk about things that people more commonly like, right? Hispanic people love novelas. There's a lot of drama, there's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of, like, you know, that imagination of the story ending amazingly and a happy ending. But then there's a plot twist and someone was cheating or someone's identity was fake, and there's a lot of that in the Hispanic culture on television and movies, and then even in the culture that is Black. You know, let's talk about people of color in general as a whole, right?
Have it. Let me get 2 steak tacos and I want a chicken burrito and 2 strawberry shakes.
That'll be $11.89.
Stop. Oh, hell.
What's this?
You know that's our code. Never tell them you love them.
That had never been broken.
Won't you?
Do you need me?
I need you.
Do you love me?
Until now.
I love you. Tell me it was worth it. 'Cause I think about cutting it off.
Now,
You don't have to say anything. We had fun while it lasted.
the man who's always looking for action
Oh, why would I leave my man alone here on a ladies' night?
I'm not your man.
is a
We have many different movies that just show our people being toxic, and they show our relationships not working, and they show that is normal for us. That is the normalcy that is portrayed in on TV, in media. And we don't really have a good representation as much as the other types of communities when it comes to relationships, when it comes to healthy relationships, when it comes to what normalcy should look like in those relationships. And I felt that sharing the things that I have not only experienced and went through myself and what I have learned that works for me, I would like to share it, because growing up, not having those types of images and things like that, and then I don't really have to speak about domestic situations that I've went through. I'm sure that some people can relate to that. If you can't relate to it, okay, that's amazing. But you know, we all have had situations that maybe shaped us, who we are and things like that. And I felt the need to do this video, especially because of that. So let's get right to the nitty-gritty, right? So people define dating how they want to define dating, right? Whether or not you are capable of or would like to talk to multiple people and get to know multiple people at the same time, or you only want to get to know one. Maybe you're platonic at first and you know you're not sexually active with any of them, or maybe you are sexually active with all of them, or you take your time with one person. You know, like, everyone really defines dating to their liking, you know, and based on experiences that they favored or experiences that they don't want to repeat in their lives, and ones that they want to, you know, avoid. So that being said, when it comes to like novelas or certain movies, sometimes dating has a little bit more to do with the fantasy that people imagine, you know, or they want for themselves. Or sometimes it has to do with like a game like thing, you know, and they feel like there's a prize, and they do things with the motivation or the motive that they feel like the victor, or they feel it makes them feel amazing to, you know, maybe have multiple people who want to spend time with them. But everyone's motives are completely different when it comes to dating, you know, and that's a huge factor in it. But my point in bringing up dating is that we all know what it is, right? I don't have to literally sit here and define it, because we all literally define dating to our liking or to what we don't like in our lives, right? And that's easy. However, when it comes to polyamory, I went ahead and pulled up the dictionary definition of the word, because some people don't know what polyamory is. And even if you do, I'm still going to read this definition out, and why dating should look like polyamory in the beginning. Catch these grapes. Those are so cool. I don't know if those are grapes. Oh, those are canepas. Polyamory, the practice of engaging in multiple romantic and typically sexual relationships with the consent of all the people involved. Now, that's what polyamory is, and usually those people are in a relationship. There's a commitment involved. There's certain agreements between those people, and they understand that they're dating each other. Like, they understand that they're in a relationship with one another, and whoever they're dating or themselves also participates in other romantic relationships, specifically sexual or not, or maybe platonic. But whatever the case is, they're dating multiple people. Whether or not it's an exclusive relationship and they call that person their boyfriend or their partner, they're literally dating multiple people. And there's consent involved. And I mean, we call it polyamory. Most people are like, oh my God, that's sick, or it's crazy, or there's so many stereotypes and stigmas that have to do with it. But let's actually put a microscope on what that is. Like, let's actually look at that, because there's a lot of healthy things involved in there. Even though most people will take a step back when it comes to like traditional dating and the movies that we know of from the white and black times, like literally when movies were in white and black, you know, like traditional dating is probably against polyamory. And we could get into the nitty-gritty of that, but that would throw us on a tangent to what I'm trying to bring up. What I have seen really works for me, and what I really appreciate is transparency and honesty, right? Because those can intertwine and they can look the same, but to most people they're completely different, because some people believe they're not lying when they say that they're only seeing one person. I mean, because I'm only looking at you, right? But some people are transparent, like me. If I'm dating someone and I know that I'm also talking to a few other people, and whether or not we're sexually active, I will be straight up, because I also appreciate that type of transparency and honesty. And it looks like polyamory, but the truth is I'm a single man. This is my thought process. I'm a single man, and it does not take... Some of my relationships started within 1 month of talking to someone. Some of them started within weeks of talking to someone. Some of them started within months, like 6 months of getting to know someone. And then we decided, hey, let's be exclusive. Let's be boyfriends, or let's be partners, or let's be boyfriend and girlfriend. And the truth is, it takes some time to get to know somebody. Most people take about 20 years just to get to know who they are themselves. If it could take you 20 years just to get to know yourself and what you like and what you don't like based off of your experiences and freedom, because everyone gets, self-freedom and identity as they kind of venture out and get away from their family, depending on the family you were raised in. And if it takes that long, how could you get to know someone in 6 months and say, this is the person? Like, this is the person that I want to stay with. Some people may feel really challenged with this thought process, but the truth is, a lot of relationships that we have nowadays, right? I'm talking about right now in modern times. I don't care what community you come from. I don't care what background you have. I don't care what country you come from. Most of the time, after 1 year or maybe even 2 years, a year and a half, 3 years that people are together and they're kind of like in their relationship and they're still getting to know each other, someone is getting their ass beat or their ass handed to them. Whether they're physically getting their ass beat, emotionally getting their ass beat, or spiritually getting their ass handed to them. And it's kind of like that's the relationship that they settle for, or that's the relationship that they say, this is what I deserve, or they don't even know that they have options. Look how beautiful this is. This is what I just walked up across. Sorry to put that little intermission, but this is a peaceful intermission. Now, if we all took a little piece from polyamory and we understood that love doesn't limit, how could you say you love a person and then you want to set rules for them and you want to dominate them and you want to tell them that they can or cannot do certain things and you limit their life, basically? How could you say that you love someone and you limit them? Now, I'm not saying everyone should jump into relationships and have an open relationship. That is not what I'm saying. If an open relationship works for you, hey. But what I am saying is, during the dating process, make friends, get to know the person. Really actually see if you like your friendship. Because if there's no friendship as a foundation, if there's no friendship when you're building the structure that is your relationship, the moment pressure is applied and the moment force is applied, everything is going to crumble down, because your entire relationship will only be as strong as the foundation. And if the foundation is weak, that's what your relationship may be. You may see that certain things keep resurfacing, and you may see that certain things seem toxic, or you may see that within a year or 2 years someone's getting their ass beat and there's a lot of control in the relationship and there's a lot of force and there's a lot of domination and people deciding who gets to dominate at what time. And some people that works for them. And if this is too challenging for you to understand, then don't try to understand it. But if it makes sense, hit that like button. Make sure you leave a little comment and tell me what you thought about what works for me in my process, in my thought process. And yeah, this is something that from my experiences, from the experiences that I've heard from my friends, from my family, from being a third person, observing situations from the outside, and also being someone who was dominated in past relationships, being someone who also felt the need to control my ex-partners or people that I thought that I loved, this is part of my journey, and it was a part of me being a bigger person and realizing that my old definition of love and understanding of love is not as real as what love can be. And I had to grow from those experiences. So that's pretty much where I got to. That's pretty much how I think about, you know, when it comes to not only dating, but when it comes to actually having a successful relationship, like actually being with someone and not forcing it, like not forcing them. That's what a lot of people sound like in this day and age, and that's what a lot of people's vision of love is. Whether or not it's brought by the media, like the point that I made earlier, or it's all that you know because it's all that you have been exposed to in your life or conditioned to believe exists. But the truth is, there's other things out there, right? And I hope that this video definitely helped you like understand love or yourself or relationships a little bit more. And I hope that my thought process, you know, leaves a good mark on you. And yeah, if you agree with it, let me know. If you disagree with it, let me know. I would really love to know what y'all think too. Personally, I do date when I'm actually getting to know someone, which is currently right now that I'm in my mid-20s. When I'm actually getting to know someone, I do date around, and you know, I take my time. And I have experienced that a lot of people want to rush, and a lot of people want to force things, and they want my time or my attention, or they want it to be our time and our attention. And if something is not working for me, or if I have a lot of responsibilities and I cannot share time in those ways, I notice some people get extremely angry, you know. And it's like, maybe that's not the type of friend that I would like to share my time with, right? Because I don't believe that a relationship has that type of control. I believe that an amazing relationship full with love, like real love, genuine love, is so natural. It's so natural. It's like, can we do it? Yes, we can. Time permits, then it works. And if it really doesn't have that natural side of things, then for me specifically, personally, it's just not for me. I would not ever want to date and it be a game. Personally, I would not want to date and it be a game. Why? Because then the relationship is a game. The entire relationship is a game. If someone can't be transparent with me right now and we're only friends, we're only getting to know each other, if you can't tell me the truth now, you may just never tell me the truth. So if I allow you to be my partner, if I allow you to be closer to me, if I allow you to be in my close circle of relationship, who's to say that you're going to tell me the truth? You can't even tell me the truth, and we have no obligations or ties to each other. Why would I scale something that's not working? I hope this video opened up your mind, and I'm out of here because my arm is hurting. I've been talking for like 30 minutes while walking on this beach, and I did find a really beautiful part of the beach. And yeah, I hope that this video really did find you well and help you understand a little bit more of yourself and your options, right? Because a lot of people don't always think about their options. They pretty much settle, and we're not dust. We shouldn't be settling. We should live without limitations. And thank y'all so much for staying to the end of this video. And it's your boy Avery 3V, and I'm out of here.